2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our
We're the land of the free.
DH it. Well, great attitude. His work inside, a big part of the DA. Thank you. Look at Cleveland's starting group. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at the 5, down low. And for Chicago, Markkanen and Carter are up front. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's White in at the 5. Now here's Love. Cleveland moving it around. Sexton's shot is good. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
Yeah, it's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players could be like. They get it back. Carter, the pass to White, feeds it to Levine. Second chance shot, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Love. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Boy, I have such great admiration for Kevin Love. We so often think these athletes are invincible. The reality is they're just like you and I. Kevin shared his bout with anxiety and panic attacks, and I believe by doing that, guys, he has helped countless people.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And Commissioner Adam Silver said we're in an age of anxiety, and Doris expressed concern over the emotional well-being of the players.
Well, I think, Kevin, he pointed to social media, ironically, as isolating for players. They're always looking down at their phones. They're always wearing headphones. This generation, face-to-face connections, so crucial for a team and individual health. Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now here's White. 20 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando. And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Porter's checked in for Cleveland. Here's Levine, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. And the 3 ball is good.
No, the basketball IQ on display for Otto Porter makes the right read there.
Now here's Sexton. Guarded by Levine. Drummond. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Now, Zach LaVine is a solid passer. This guy entered the league as a point guard, puts it on the money there.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Here's Levine following the basket by Colin Sexton. Kick out to Levine. Just 5 to shoot. To the inside. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist by Levine.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
The open look here for Sexton. Keeps it alive, and Drummond is right there. Drummond's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And they'll keep possession. White looking around. Carter outside to the middle. Here's Markkanen, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Cavaliers trailing. And Sexton slams it in.
Okay, the initiative from the young bull, Colin Sexton, as some like to call him. How about that drive?
Pass to Cornette. Now here's Satoransky. D right on him. Hutchison passes to Dunn. Tipped away. Stolen by Thompson. And Porter, here we go. It's deflected and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's the pass to Satoransky. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Here's Sexton. And count it from 19 feet away. Sexton's got 9.
This guy has got a variety of scoring moves. Colin Sexton keeps the opposition guessing.
From deep. The shot by Satoransky, no good. And we'll be right back after this. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Cleveland, Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Garland. Then it's Porter. And it's Windler in at the 2. Cleveland shooting their third free throw shot of the game. On the free throw, no good. Doris, great scoring is often reliant upon great football. And we hear coaches, don't we, talk about that all the time?
We really do, Kev. You look at a guy like Kyrie Irving, who at the point guard position is one of the great scorers. He's a clutch shooter. He doesn't go to the free throw line a lot, and it's because he's so elusive. Can finish left and right, puts a lot of English on his shots. DeMar DeRozan gets separation with incredible footwork, and maybe the best in the league right now in terms of his footwork. That tap dancing James Harden, which is just nearly impossible to check.
I love those names, and you're so right. And it's fun to watch. What a skill. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me in the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. Here's Sexton. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And after nailing a three-pointer in the first quarter, he has yet to connect here in the second.
Pass to Cornette. Nance outside. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. Fourth, the Bulls.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Valentine's checked in for the Bulls. Harrison comes in for Chris Dunn. Pass to Satoransky. Here's Cornette, guarded by Porter. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The fourth pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
Now, here's Sexton. He's got 9. Down low. Nance. It's tipped. There's Harrison, defended by Sexton.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. At the elbow, it's Thompson. Out to the right wing. Pass to Nance. Here's Windler, defended by Young. 4 on the clock. Thompson. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
The shot by Sexton, no good. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Harrison in the corner. And Young kicks to Valentine. So for the Bulls, Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Markkanen comes in for Young, and it's White in for Satoransky. And then for Cleveland, Drummond's checked in for Thompson. Love comes in for Larry Nance. And it's Garland in for Sexton. Great positioning on the putback. Harrison's got 6 points in the quarter.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Oh, guys, Kevin Love with the power finish there.
And so White will bring it up for Chicago. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That is his first foul of the game. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Chicago. Dean comes in for Shaquille Harrison. And that one's good. Osman's got his second basket of the night.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Garland, the pass to Windler. Lays it up and banks it in. Windler's got the lead up to 4 now for Cleveland.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
White dishes to Levine. To the paint. Here's Carter. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Carter's got his second basket.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
And there's the pass to Osman. Pass to Love. Here's Windler. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
I love it.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, it was Colin Sexton who got hot in the first. He had 9 points and 1 assist. And that does it for our half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been quite a game for Colin Sexton.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's White in at the point. And that's the move for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Well, you look at guys like Otto Porter, Drake. He just brings so much with his consistent outside jumper.
And guys, he's shot threes at a tremendous clip the last few seasons. I mean, really for his whole career. Sometimes can be a bit passive, so you just make sure he's involved and looking for his shot.
Now here's Levine. 8 points for him.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Garland. That ball's great assist by Love.
And Kevin, what you love about this is there's an unselfish nature to Kevin Love's game, and I believe that's contagious.
Outside, White. The feed to Carter. Here's Markkanen. And too long on the shot. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Love kicks to Drummond. Lets the 3 fly. Buries the long-range jumper. Drummond's got 7. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. So for the Bulls, Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Porter. And Chris Dunn subbed in for White. Cleveland also making some changes. Nancy's checked in for Love. And Porter subbed in for Jetty Osman. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Young comes in for Markkanen. And it's Harrison in for Zach LaVine. Here's Harrison. He's got 6. Trying his luck from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. Dunn's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Now, this is the area that Dunn is working on. Wants to be a proficient catch-and-shoot guy.
Here's Windler. Passes it to Sexton. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you. And you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst. Breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
So it's Chicago now, after Colin Sexton's 3-pointer that didn't go.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Nance with no one around. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Chicago's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Young outside. Pass to Hutchison. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Well, listen, we know this about Thaddeus Young. He has very long arms. He's a nuisance on the glass. Big-time energy guy.
Windler, the pass to Sexton. Got a piece of it. They retain possession.
A chance to check out Tristan Thompson here. Some impressive play from him over the last month. He's right around 13 points a night, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
Chicago making some changes. Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Valentine comes in for Thaddeus Young. And Satoransky subbed in for Shaquille Harrison. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Garland's checked in. Satoransky, the pass to Hutchison. And it's Chicago scoring again.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
There's Garland. Misses the 3. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That's his first foul. So for the Bulls, Lauri Markkanen comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Chris Dunn. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. Left side, Porter. He dishes it to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
With a large frame and a willingness to get physical, Drummond's a relentless rebounder.
Here's Satoransky. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Bulls lead by 1. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Porter is out there with Garland. And it's Drummond in at the center.
Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
The kick out to Porter. White left side. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Now, Otto Porter is a master at drawing contact on shots just like that.
And you think back to LeBron's last year in Cleveland, one wonders how differently it may have turned out if Kyrie was there with him.
Well, you think back, Greg, Isaiah Thomas was never healthy. He had been a recent All-Star with another team. They were counting on his quickness and his scoring. But through it all, the Cavaliers reached the NBA Finals. Just another testament to the talent and the leadership that LeBron gives you.
And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Saturday, they'll tip off a road trip in Miami where they'll take on the Heat. And then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
And for that game against the Spurs, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Now here's Levine. The kick out to Porter. And there's the call on Cedi Osman. That is his first foul of the game. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And it's good, 2 points.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back. Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Here's Levine. Cavaliers with the rebound. Drummond's got his 6th rebound on the night. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Osman. Porter with a block.
Well, with that 7'1" wingspan for Otto Porter, he can provide some shot blocking.
5 on the clock. Osman kicks to Love. Takes a 3. Cleveland the rebound. The kick out to Porter. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Markkanen, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Have to give Markkanen credit there. Great job absorbing the hit on the shot.
Outside, Porter. Fires for 3. Porter can't get that one to fall.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Out to White from past the arc. Garland with the rebound. Cleveland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. He's looking for Porter and finds him. Can't cash in from close range. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his first foul. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Porter. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Chicago Bulls. It's a one-point game. Here's Levine. Good work there as it goes.
This guy is big time, unafraid in the moments that matter most. Levine, big time.
That's tipped. Garland, the pass to Drummond. Puts up a three. They grab their own miss. And Love with his second chance points.
And this is why they feed the ball to Kevin Love in these circumstances. He's so comfortable making big-time shots.
Now here's Levine. Kicks it out to Markkanen. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Outside, Porter. Tries it from 19. Bulls with the fresh shot clock. Kick out to Levine. From deep. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Bulls lead by 3.
And hey, when you're a big shot maker in college, that often carries over to this level, certainly as for White.
It's deflected. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Markkanen. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Now it's a 5-point Bulls lead.
You got to reward the big fella when he runs like that. Markkanen looking determined to score in transition.
How does Kevin Love slip away from the defense, comes up with a gigantic fourth-quarter score?
Here's Levine, following the basket by Kevin Love. Inside Markkanen. The dish to Levine. Carter on the wing. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. The pass to Sexton. Over Levine. Love. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That's the activity of Kevin Love that I simply admire. This guy bails them out of a lot of possessions, and he doesn't allow them to come up empty.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Now Markkanen, after Darius Garland missing on that last three-pointer. Levine dishes to Markkanen, and it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Satoransky's checked in for the Bulls. Feeds to Markkanen. Good!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
But they'll get another chance. It drops.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass. And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
A putback, yes!
But you love the consistent effort from Kevin Love. It makes him one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. You can't let him get 3 putbacks.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. That was a fun night of action.
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and Slam.
You play 2K
all the time.
You act.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Miami. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And checking out Cleveland. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And right now for Miami, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Well, tumbles happen in gymnastics class, not with this team. I can say that for sure. All that's left to wonder about is how deep a run this team's going to make.
So here's Miami's starting.
Oh, yikes! Look out below! About that finish. Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it. Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. It's tipped. Outside Butler. Outside Robinson. The tray. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. Good ball movement here by the Heat. This one for three. And Robinson gets it to go on the assist by Butler. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on the Tony court for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Yes, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Here's Garland. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Jones kicks to Robinson. Pass to Butler. From downtown. Offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Sexton's shot is good.
Like the attacking mindset, not waiting for something to happen. Instead, creating it himself was Colin Sexton.
Passes it to Jones. Robinson with it. Butler on the way. Puts up a three. Buries it from three-point range. Butler's got 10.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And you look at Jimmy Butler. There's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes. And for the Cavs, their #1 goal is to identify a young superstar to build around.
Yeah, they've had a nice collection here of guys that they hope step up and step out. Cleveland's only 2 Rookie of the Year award winners have been LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Franchise changers hard to find.
A chance now to see the numbers for Olynyk. His last 10 games, averaging 9 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Count it.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. And the pass to Thompson. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Crowder slams it in.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
Here's Windler. Thompson is double. Nance finds Porter. Now here's Thompson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And now in transition, here we go. Iguodala, and the shot goes in.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Back to Nance. Rejected by Crowder. They get it back. Here's Garland. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. That's now 8 points for Darius Garland.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start.
So pretty when Larry Nance Jr., even at his size, gets a chance to glide.
There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Bounce pass, Dragic. Crowder, the pass to Iguodala. Here's Dragic from outside. The Cavaliers pull it in. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
Well, they had the home fans worried for a little bit. I know that.
Over to the left wing. The three-pointer, no good. Order outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Jimmy Butler has been on display. You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is now.
Basketball. That's that.
Well, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remains so devoted to the game.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Cleveland, Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Garland. Then it's Porter. And it's Windler in at the shooting guard position.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, like a sturdy two-way wing player.
A great system player and glue guy. He had his best years with the Celtics. On the final year of this contract, a great value considering what he brings to the table.
Iguodala finds Dragic. Pass to Butler. Outside for Robinson. Love grabs the board.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
And it's sent back by Leonard.
There's some good commitment from Myers Leonard on defense there. Gets his hands up and swats that one away.
The Cavaliers shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here. Free throw, good, Drummond. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage. Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Sexton, and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Friday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Saturday, They'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls.
In that matchup against the Bucks, I think this squad has the confidence that they can play to their strengths against them. And even though they're going after the #1 team right now in our league, they feel they can get the W.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for Leonard. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Again, the miss by the Heat.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
16 feet away. Osman kicks to Sexton. Pass to Love. Clock at 6. Nice fake with the layup off the mark.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And they get it back. Passes it to Butler. Silva. He's guarded by Love.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
None. That's good.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot. But he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Heat lead by 6.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Robinson passes to Adebayo.
Bam at 6'10" might be a little bit undersized, but there's something in his activity on a nightly basis, Kevin, that feels like he plays bigger. The pogo stick gets around, covers some ground laterally, and does a great job of both protecting the rim and finishing strong.
The pass to Windler. Nance against Olynyk, and Nance kicks to Sexton. From outside, off the mark. The Heat leading by 8. Outside, Jones. Misses in close.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Goran Dragic.
Good job by Nance, who uses the ball fake and tries to stay patient with that possession.
He hits the second from the line. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Miami. They've led by as much as 10. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Kicks it out to Jones. Outside Dragic. There's the triple. Knocks down the 3-ball. Dragic has got the lead up to 10 now for Miami.
You just can't leave Goran Dragic open from the 3-point line.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a start for Jimmy Butler. He had 10 points and 1 rebound. And
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the 1. Cavaliers on D, trailing by 10. Brandon, this next question culture we're in, what comments do you want to hear from players who have just lost a game and facing disappointment?
I like the humility aspect of this question, Kevin, and the thing that I listen to most from players who get it, they'll compliment their opponent first. Something had to happen where the opponent did something enough to beat you on that night. So you don't say that we did all these things. Give the opponent credit first. Secondly, players who shoulder a massive amount of responsibility, they'll say that they could have played better first. And that takes and deflects everything away from their teammates. And then they'll talk about what they're looking forward to most, and their challenge is we'll get better tomorrow. We'll get better next game. And that they know there's room to grow. Those three things are pretty impactful.
Well said. Sexton dishes to Drummond. Excellent D that time from Jones.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
You just got to like how strong Butler goes when he's inside. Just terrific at figuring out ways to get to the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season. Gets out in the country and puts in that work.
And Love with his second chance points.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Stolen by Garland. One-on-one here. Here's Sexton, and Jones sends it back. Cleveland moving the ball around. The shot by Sexton, no good.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
But they get it back.
We'll talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
And this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The Heat leading by 11. Porter pulls it in.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And it's Love missing.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Pass to Garland. Crowder with the steal. Porter with the steal. Inside is Garland. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Garland's got 10.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Butler on the way. Here's Nunn. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That is his first foul of the game. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, from the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice. It's not going to happen very much, Kevin.
Not in today's
Not in
NBA.
today's game, and not with what's at stake.
And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pass to Leonard. Here's Hero. Jacks up a 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Hero's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Garland, no good. Miami leading by 10. Lets it go with the 3. They get the rebound. Olynyk passes to Hero. Back to Crowder. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dragic with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Dragic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Heat.
Phenomenal shot by Dragic there that left the D feeling helpless on the possession.
Porter, no luck. The Heat shooting around 41% on the night. And the wide open shot from Crowder drills it from outside. Crowder's got 7 points.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Porter passes to Thompson. Leonard with the steal. Here's Hero. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Elbow shot is on the way. That one doesn't go.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no deep.
And so it's the Miami Heat riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime the guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Sexton. Then it's Porter. And it's Windler in at shooting guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Nance with no one around. Nice shot from the wing. Nance has got 4 points this quarter.
And Sexton working the ball to a teammate. That's what you want to see from him.
And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. And that'll be his third foul so far. And Cleveland making a change here. Osman's checked in. Jones checked in for Miami. Here's Adebayo. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Here's Windler. Goran Dragic grabs the board. Miami's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to listen in on John Beilein's huddle with his team, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this game. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Robinson kicks to Dragic. Good ball movement here by Miami. 6 on the shot clock. Butler from outside. And again, Miami with the triple.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. It's an 18-point game.
Well, Kevin Love has a good sense of when it's time to pull the trigger. That time on great balance.
Butler on the wing. Back to Dragic. Butler dishes to Dragic. A three-pointer off the mark.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Garland with it. Robinson picks him up. And Drummond throws it down. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
With a large frame and a willingness to get physical, Drummond's a relentless rebounder.
And Butler, here we go. And it's sent back by Drummond. Here's Sexton. And he lays it straight in.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Stolen by Garland. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Was shot by Sexton, no good. The Heat leading by 12. Robinson misses.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Up again. It's Drummond with the rebound. Cleveland now, time running out. Three-pointer. Rebound by Butler.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Cavaliers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Here's Sexton. And it's Miami with the rebound.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Heat.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jimmy Butler.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Porter's checked in for Sexton. And Miami with a change here, too. Nunn's checked in. Robinson passes to Jones. Over Love. Jones kicks to Butler. Outside Robinson. Three-pointer. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Bam Adebayo. Myers Leonard comes in for Jones. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Iguodala in for Robinson. Shoots from the block. Here's Drummond. Rebound by Olynyk. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Miami, leading by 12. And Miami can just let the clock run down here. Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Leonard the pass to Nunn. Iguodala outside. Here's Nunn. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer.
Our camera circling high above. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Miami, advantage in one series. And, of course, Chicago, right now, quite a ways down below.
And, you know, for the Bulls, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
We all know talking the talk is easy, but carrying through, that's another story. The naysayers' predictions were basically on point.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the 5. Roman the paint. And for the Heat, they've got Robinson. Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the point guard. Right side, White. Here's Markkanen. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. A lot of different styles of basketball, and, you know, we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
On the wing, Levine, guarded by Robinson. Markkanen passes to White. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
No luck that time either.
And when you watch the Bulls play, Chris, they just seem to lack an organizational direction.
Yeah, Gia, you're right. I mean, the team committed to Boylen to shape their youth. They don't seem to be interested in playing up-tempo or following any NBA trend. The distrust between players in the front office is not helping their recruiting of free agents. A lot going wrong there.
Jones comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been easy layup.
It's Adebayo with the rebound. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Butler kicks to Robinson. Back to Butler. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
Contact doesn't get to Butler often. I mean, he uses his strength to his advantage in these situations.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That'll be his second foul of the game.
2 fouls, and we're not even out of the first quarter. That's not a good pace to set.
And Miami making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Now here's White. 20 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
Robinson for 3. Adebayo. It's good on the putback.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Pull up Jay, and he drops that one in. Adebayo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And there's another one for the Heat.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
There's Levine. Got a piece of it. Miami leading by 14. And Jones with the stuff.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Here's Levine after the Heat pick up 2. Here's Carter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
The pass to Adebayo. Jones trying to get open. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim.
Easy to see why Levine won the dunk contest in 2016. I mean, he has endless ups.
Oh, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Jay Crowder's checked in for Derek Jones. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Dunn passes to Young. Pass to Hutchison. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Miami leading by 10. To the paint. In transition, here come the Bulls. Here's Hutchison. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
The kick out to Crowder. Pass to Nunn. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Cornette. Bulls trail by 8. It's stolen by Adebayo. And now here comes Young leading the break.
Clearly a foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. That's good from Young. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Here's Hero. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. It's the Heat. They lead by 9. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call me.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
They've got Myers Leonard, Hero out there with Dragic. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Crowder, and at the 3, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Miami leading by 10. Here's Hero. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Crowder with the steal. And it's the Heat on the break. Pass to Olynyk. Good ball movement here by Miami. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And we've seen stars, Chris, get suspended in the playoffs for having 7 technical fouls. Should we modify that rule at all, do you think?
I think it can be tweaked if everyone agrees on it. But for me personally, I don't think that we've had enough superstar players get suspended with that rule to say let's change the number. We definitely want superstar players to play in the playoffs, to play for their fans. But we also want to keep the integrity of the game. And if technicals means I get to yell at the referee more, well, then maybe I just have to have more discipline on my end and say, wait a minute, I can't do this because it's going to hurt the team. So I'm not sure about that yet.
And here's Valentine for 3. Another shot. Cornette kicks to Satoransky. And the Bulls get it back. Young on the follow. Young's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Bulls.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And the wide-open shot from Crowder gets the 3-pointer to fall. Crowder's got 5 points now this quarter.
And with his feet set, Crowder can definitely hurt you from long range.
Now the pass to Cornette. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Dragic against Satoransky. Dragic looking for an opening. For 3, Olynyk. The offensive rebound. last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Magic in Orlando. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Young.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Crowder finds Leonard. And it's denied. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Chicago. Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Markkanen comes in for Young. And it's White in for Satoransky. To the inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Goran Dragic.
And the potential Carter Jr. has is enticing. A multi-talented big who plays with the real competitive fire.
A different look for Miami. Bam Adebayo comes in for Myers Leonard. And it's Iguodala in for Hero. Outside Dragic. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Fires the 3. The shot misses. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Yeah, and they can't afford a repeat of that. They need a lot more minutes out of their core group tonight.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
Butler in the corner, beyond the arc. The shot, no good. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Bulls. 6-point game. At the tip, and Markkanen on the follow. Markkanen's got his second bucket of the night.
I love the effort there. It's huge whenever Markkanen uses his body and height to grab offensive boards.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
White against Dragic. And it's White missing.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. He's trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
To stop the drought, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
The competitive mindset of Butler is great at figuring out different ways to create for himself.
And Miami making a change here. Nunn's checked in. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Markkanen. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Valentine. Levine's checked in for Harrison. And Chris Dunn subbed in for White. Here's Hutchison, defended by Butler. Dunn, wide open, he fires. Off target with his 3. A 1 near Iguodala. Oh, and he nails it just in time. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They have an 8-point lead. And that'll...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One guy who's getting it done is Thaddeus Young.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Markkanen and Carter are up front. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Porter at the 3 slot. Here's Carter, and he uses the glass on the layup. Carter's got 4 points in the quarter.
Completing a fast break. Carter Jr. is a rim-to-rim runner. He moves well.
Outside Butler. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
And one of the hardest working players you'll find, Jimmy Butler. At the same time, you know what, Chris? He's not afraid to challenge his teammates.
Yeah, within his team, he's a culture setter, Kevin. I mean, I think he's learning that balance of being vocal, but also knowing just how far he can push his teammates.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Adebayo, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And it's an 8-point Heat lead.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Pass to Levine. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here's Carter. Markkanen trying to break loose. And it's Carter missing.
That's high quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fire. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. Count it. Good.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
For 3, Olynyk, but he stays with it. Pass to Nunn. 6 to shoot. Butler passes to Hero. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Hero's got 5 points so far.
And this is the level of unselfishness that Butler brings. A total pro who moves the ball well.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Friday, they'll host the New York Knicks. And then on Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Will it go? And Levine lays it in. Levine's got his second basket of the night.
And the wily strength of Levine. I mean, he does a great job fending off the defense on the way up.
Passes it to Nunn. Looking for Crowder. He gets it there. And that one, good. He has 7.
Oh, at 6'7", Crowder's pretty effective inside. I mean, he has a way of finishing over Leonard.
Bulls trail by 15. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Levine kicks to Cornette. The pass to Satoransky. Nunn grabs the board. The Heat leading by 15. Butler with the ball. Porter pulls it in. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter of the game. And here's Olynyk from the arc. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Yeah, and with Lauri Markkanen, you know you're going to get shooting from his spot. Great release and has been efficient from range since his rookie year.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Floats it up for Iguodala. And the jam by Andre Iguodala.
And still showing prime-time explosiveness at the rim. Nice catch and drop by Iguodala.
Chris, with Markkanen, the shooting frees up the rest of his offensive game.
Yeah, and he's better than you think at going to the rim. He doesn't blow by anyone, but has the length and the hops on his drives to get a solid look while on the move.
No good from Dragic. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. Down by 15. Valentine wide open. He fires. And the 3 off target. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. And the Bulls making a change also. Carter, he's checked in for Denzel Valentine. Shoots from the line. No good from Dragic.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Dragic has got 5 now.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And it's done penetrating. Banked in off the glass.
Trying to master the pick and roll. Dunn, decisions like this definitely makes his coaches happy.
Outside Dragic. Adebayo kicks to Dragic. Offensive rebound. No good. And so it's Miami. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Dragic. He's out there with Robinson. Adebayo is out there with Iguodala. And it's Silva in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Bulls trail by 18. Right the pass to Carter. Excellent D that time from Robinson. The Heat shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Out to the wing. Here's Dragic. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against. Did you see that?
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Here's Hutchison, defended by Jones, and the call. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
At the line, and I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year. But you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Markkanen, he's checked in for Young. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And Levine subbed in for White. Porter looking it over. Butler with the steal. Levine against Robinson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Jones has got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. The Heat leading by 19 points. Robinson kicks to Butler. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
Oh, that's just a veteran move from Butler. Outstanding fake to get his defender in the air. Nice work.
Saransky's checked in for Dunn.
I mean, an obsessive personality type Jimmy Butler. Back in Marquette, he'd stop a fast break drill when he caught a pass with one hand instead of two and say, do it over. That perfectionism still drives him to death.
And that one is good.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. And Jimmy Butler, a creature of habit, isn't he, Chris?
Oh, yeah, Kevin. He eats the same meals for breakfast and lunch. He watches the same movies over and over, the same thing every day. It's brought him to this point, right? So why stop now?
Clock at 6. Off target from three-point range. Bulls trail by 20.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Miami.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jimmy Butler.
Oh, man, anticipation, instincts, energy, all his tools were on display tonight as he lit the place up.
Robinson passes to Jones from the arc. And Robinson gets it to go on the assist by Jones. And the Heat lead by 21.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Levine looking around. Again, Levine missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. Oh, we see a lot of this now.
And here's Adebayo. Off target with that shot.
He's a fluid athlete with great coordination.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our...
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill
Yeah.
Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
We come to you tonight from the short. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Drummond.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's White in at the point guard position. And for Cleveland, Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Kevin Love out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Garland in a point. Porter, no luck. And here's Cleveland.
Well, the former Georgetown Hoya, Otto Porter, was on the move last season. Traded at the deadline to Chicago, who are in need of a player like Porter who can shoot from outside.
Wasted no time on that one.
This is the capability Zach LaVine has. Can score on all 3 levels.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Garland kicks to Drummond. That's tipped. Passes it to Markkanen. They swipe it. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. A slam dunk by Garland.
Sexton has to just keep developing his court awareness. You want to see more passing from him.
And so White will bring it up for Chicago. Smitty, as you mentioned, the need for shooters was something that brought Porter here.
And Porter has been a consistently good shooter, something he's worked on over his career, Kevin. He's young and appears to be a perfect fit for what this team wants to do in the future.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Porter. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando. Shot clock at 6. And the Bulls with another miss. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. So the wing on the left launches a 3, and that one's good. Osman.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Levine, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game.
And even as a rookie, you could see the consistency game to game from Wendell Carter. Very dependable on the glass and on the scoreboard for a player so young.
And so he makes both from the line. And with Carter, he's only going to get better over the years.
The upside is easy to see. He always finds ways to contribute to this team. Not sure if he'll be a star, but he'll be a rock on the offense and defensive end for a long time.
Now, here's Garland. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here is Love. It's a 3-point game. Second chance effort, and he banks in the layup.
Good presence inside. Kevin Love with the composure and skill set to score with consistency on the interior.
Now here's Levine. Pass to White for the 3. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Garland, the pass to Drummond. Dishes it to Garland. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And Drummond kicks to Garland. Shot clock resets for the Cavaliers. Moves back up. Here's Osman. No good with the triple. And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 2. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Now, here's Markkanen. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Orlando. Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Sometimes when Levine doesn't want to challenge at the rim, He goes to the floater.
Here's Drummond, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And the defensive impact that Andre Drummond can have on the floor is a major factor.
Well, you know that Drummond is going to do the work of three players on the glass, but he's also a solid rim protector who makes up for his height with great timing and reach.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Kicks it to Young. Satoransky looking around. And it's good off the back rim and in.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And stolen by Dunn. And here's Young. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Over Nance. Young's shot is off.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
And Cleveland with another turnover here.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Tristan Thompson.
Now, here's Dunn, and there's the pass to Cornette. With 2 seconds left, he lays it in.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
1 quarter in the books, and some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Chicago right now, we've got Young. Chris Dunn is out there with Thomas Satoransky. And it's Cornette in at center. Dunn against Nance. Dunn dishes to Young. On target from 13 feet. Young's got the lead up to 5 now for the Bulls. When it comes to just the love for the game, Smitty, does every NBA player have to have that? Or is it possible to not love the game, embrace the game, and work through it in that way?
You know, I think 90% of the guys have a love for the game. I think there are some guys that just don't love it, but they play it. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it doesn't, I guess, spill over to the guys that love it. There's some plays, I played with some players, after they left the gym, they didn't think about a game, of watching the game, playing the game. But when they're on the court, they gave 110% effort. There's some guys that just love it, and there's some guys that just like it.
But I know you, and you did. You loved the game.
I still love it, Kevin. Still love it.
I know you do. I know you do. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Valentine shot good. The Cavaliers trail by 7. The wide open look here for Garland. Good on the three-point shot. Garland's got 7.
To stretch out the defense, you just need enough guys on the floor who can make that shot.
Valentine kicks to Satoransky. Pass to Cornette. Shoots from 12. Thompson with the rebound. Cavaliers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And a wide open look for Porter. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Porter with the steal. Here's Nance, and Nance shines it in.
I tell you what, Nance plays with a force every night. Explosive, tough, fearless.
Here's Harrison. And the Bulls with another miss. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Garland the pass to Nance. Porter kicks to Garland. Passes it to Thompson. Takes the 13-footer, and he comes up with the deuce. Thompson's got the game tied up here for Cleveland.
Not the first guy who comes to mind in the catch-and-shoot game. Thompson drills that one.
Pass to Satoransky from deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man, Colin Sexton, already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Cornette, and he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by the Cavaliers.
Thompson outside. To the middle. Here's Nance, and the jam by Larry Nance.
And I like that play. Nance on the roll, great athleticism, tough to defend.
And the pass to Valentine. Here's Harrison, kept alive. A 3-ball. Cornette kicks to Valentine. Pass to Cornette. Tries yet again. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Often the way you end quarters has a big impact on the outcome of the game.
Pass to Garland. Back to Thompson for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Now it's a 7-point Cleveland lead.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Over to the wing. Here's Harrison. Cornette. The Cavaliers pull it in. Thompson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Thomas Satoransky against the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Fires from deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was barely even. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark. And that
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Here's Levine. Selected with the 8th pick back in the 2018 draft. Colin Sexton, the main reward for the Cavs after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Sexton wearing the same number 2 jersey as Irving. Doesn't feel the need to measure up to expectations created by Kyrie. Cavs fans, though, hope he does.
Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Ashman and Love are the forwards. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
That was the first make of the half. 1 for 4 now. Let's see if that gets them going.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season. Allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Levine for 3. Again, Levine missing.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Sexton's shot is good. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Levine. Here's Garland. Trying trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Porter dishes to Markkanen. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And it's Carter missing. Cleveland leading by 6. Launches it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And that's 10 points for Darius Garland.
The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
Here's Markkanen. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
For a stretch four who spends a lot of time on the perimeter, Markkanen does a good job attacking the offensive glass.
Garland with the bucket. Garland's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Cavs.
Now, I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Down low, here's White. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Now, Smitty, if you were playing today, who would you least like to see coming at you on a fast break?
I think in his prime, it would be LeBron James. Russell Westbrook is another guy I'd be kind of afraid of. I know it'd be a collision. But I say right now, it has to be Giannis because of the force and his jumping ability and the way he just glides to the rim.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare. You're right. And here's White following Colin Sexton's 3. To the inside. Deflects the pass. And that one goes out of bounds. It's touched by Porter. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Sexton.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for White. Here's Carter. No good on that one. Good D by Love. The Cavaliers leading by 11. Here's Windler, and the layup's good off the glass. Windler's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Bulls making a switch here. Satoransky's checked in. Now, here's Markkanen. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
Sexton with it. Dunn covering. Here's Love. The putback, and there's Thompson putting it right back in. Thompson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Cavs.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Cleveland's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12.
Looking at the Bulls roster, there is a lot to like. They have a great collection of talent, and their core players are all very young and improving.
Now Markkanen, after Colin Sexton's three-pointer that didn't go, feeds it to Carter, and the shot is long.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Kicks it to Porter. Pass to Love. Here's Windler. Dunn covering. Just 3 to shoot. And he makes that one. 9 points for Tristan Thompson.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Trains the 3 while he's being fouled, and he might be able to make this a 4-point play.
Not completely comfortable yet as a facilitator. Markkanen working on that aspect of his game.
Nancy's checked in for the Cavaliers. And Chicago also making a switch. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Carter.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And so Sexton will bring it up for Cleveland. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Nance. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Nance has got 8 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Young with no one around. Sinks the triple. Sexton with it. From outside the arc. It's good from long range. Sexton's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Cavs. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Cavaliers lead by 10. It's the NBA on. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. So for Chicago right now, LaVine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Then there's Dunn, and it's Young, and it's Hutchinson in at the 4 spot. LaVine can't hit. The Cavaliers leading by 10. There's Garland. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. LaVine for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Porter finds Sexton. Tips it, and there's Thompson putting it right back in. And the Cavaliers lead by 15.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
For the Cavaliers, Andre Drummond comes in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Jetty Osman in for Porter. Chicago also making some changes. Wendell Carter comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's White in for Dunn. The open look here for Sexton. But they recover it. And Drummond kicks to Osman. Shoots the 3. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Love's checked in to the wing right side. Garland, the pass to Sexton. The pass to Garland. Over in the corner, Osman. No good on the triple. Bulls trail by 15. Poked loose and stolen by Sexton. There's Garland. Got a hand on it. In transition, here come the Bulls. There's LaVine, and it's sent back by Drummond.
That rejection was well timed. Get that shot out of here. Drummond staying patient, waiting for the right moment to pounce. They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Osman, the pass to Drummond. Makes it off the glass.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Chicago. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Right there, Carter using his instincts and motor to track down the miss and convert into second chance points.
There's the 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. In transition, here come the Bulls. LaVine with the ball. Oh, what a play!
An explosive, high-level athlete. You see why Zach has won multiple dunk contests.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And White kicks to LaVine. Here's Porter. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Tries a 3. Can't hit that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. Right side, White. Fires the 3. Porter, no luck. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. Leading by 12. Love dishes to Drummond. And a miss there on the triple. Well, Chicago has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And a wide open look for Porter. That one falls coming off Carter's feet. Porter's got it back down to single digits for the Bulls. Here's Love. Drummond trying to get himself free. And that one's good. Love.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Here's the 3. Garland, no good.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Love up top. Pass to Garland. And stolen by White. For 3, Levine. Good.
If you want to know what Zach LaVine is made of, you just found out.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Man, this year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th.
Coming to you tonight from the American. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Miami. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, the Cavaliers. They just haven't had the type of record they've wanted.
And, you know, for the Heat, they've moved toward the postseason with one of the best records in the league. Safe to say, this is not where most people thought they'd be at this stage of the year.
Well, there really was no way you could have predicted they'd have this kind of season. The only people that aren't surprised are the players and the coaches themselves.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Ashman and Love are the forwards. And it's Drummond in at the 5 roaming the paint. And for Miami, they've got Adebayo. Jones is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the 1. Both these teams, Doris, relying tonight on the execution in their half-court game.
A little bit of a throwback, sort of an old-fashioned approach tonight. Don't worry, we're going to have plenty of highlights. It is the NBA. We know there are great players on both sides of the ball, Kev, but how about this ability to execute under duress of a 24-second shot clock? It's going to be really interesting to watch.
Three-pointer, Butler. Adebayo kicks to Butler. The three. Cavaliers with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
If they're playing in their own building, they probably win that basketball game. Reality is it's a hard thing to win on the road in the NBA.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. Miami's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Robinson, that's good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2-3 here to start out the game. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place. And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Oh, that's how you drive your point home right there. Shoots from the baseline. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Butler, no good. Cavaliers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Love at the elbow. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And Doris, among NBA big men, Kevin Love with some of the best hands you'll find in the league.
No doubt, Kevin, and that's going to help in his shooting game, his passing game, and his rebounding game. This is one of the most skilled bigs we've seen in the history of the league.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. Porter's checked in for the Cavaliers. And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Jay Crowder's checked in for the Heat. Hero comes in for Robinson. It's picked off. Adebayo down low. Working on Love. The shot by Adebayo, no good. And Sexton has it in the corner. The dish to Drummond. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Iguodala in for Jimmy Butler. Here's Dragic from outside. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Nothing like combining a long frame with a willingness to out-hustle everyone on the court. That defines Kelly Olynyk.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Out to Nance. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. The three, 6 on the shot clock, nailed from three-point land.
Wow, Larry Nance Jr. in the catch-and-shoot situation. That's not easy to guard.
And Crowder slams it in.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Outside, Porter, pass to Garland. No one near Drummond as he lets it go. No good from outside. The Heat trail by 4. Here's Hero. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
Well, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
Left side, Nance. Pass to Windler. 44 seconds left to play in the first. And it's Drummond missing.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Windler after the made shot from Andre Iguodala, and it's Drummond missing.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in. To the paint. Here's Nance. Yep, that one goes in there. Nance has got 5.
Well, Larry Nance, because of the athleticism and the burst off his feet, is incredible on the interior. Look out.
The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls. And he makes both free throws.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
Passes it to Windler. Kicks to Porter. And Garland has it in the corner. Takes the 3. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Cavaliers ahead, up by 3. Back after this from the American Airlines.
It's different for everybody, to tell you the truth.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Iguodala out there with Dragic. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Myers Leonard. And it's Silva in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Well, not an easy act to follow if you're Cedi Osman, right? You are taking over for LeBron James, one of the greats in the game, but I love his confidence.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Here's Silva. The three-pointer is right on target.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Porter passes to Osman. Porter kicks to Osman. From downtown, that shot is off. Good defense by Iguodala. And the 31st pick back in 2015, Osman, a do-it-all energy type of player, Doris.
Yeah, he was one of LeBron's favorite teammates when he led the Cavs. They trained together all summer. No better role model for Cedi than perhaps the best player in NBA history.
And here's Olynyk from the arc. Thompson with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Fires the 3. Windler with the bucket. Windler's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. And the jam by Larry Nance.
Man, that's Nance Jr.'s go-to move. This guy doesn't mess around when he gets that kind of position.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. And Miami going with a whole new group out there. Doris, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back to the basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They're thrilling, I would agree. Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Drummond's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Here's Adebayo. Outside Dragic. The tray. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Cleveland moving the ball around. And the dunk by Love.
Oh, guys, Love leaves no doubt with the finish on that one.
Crowder goes in, and it's sent back by Drummond. Garland the pass to Osman. He kicks to Drummond for 3. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Drummond. 9 points for Love.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Sexton.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And Miami making a change here. Jones is checked in.
Boy, out in transition, Butler gets his eyes on the rim, and there's no denying him.
Sexton the pass to Drummond. Back to Sexton. The pass to Garland. Here's Osman. He's guarded by Dragic. And Drummond kicks to Garland. Stolen by Robinson. Floats it up for Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
So much of that was the timing. Butler finishing, as you might expect from this guy.
Sexton the pass to Garland. Now, here's Sexton, guarded by Robinson. Drummond has the open look. Miami grabs the miss. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
You know, you try to establish consistent substitution patterns. It helps you stay in a rhythm, and they had to go to their bench much too early.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Jones. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 3. And that should...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Cleveland, Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at the center position. That falls great assist by Love. Drummond's got 11 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Right side Jones. And stolen by Sexton. Garland at the elbow. Puts up a 3. Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got his second bucket tonight.
So how about the Cavaliers head coach John Beilein making his NBA debut after 27 seasons as a college basketball coach? Think back to his time at Michigan, the first back-to-back 30-win seasons in school history. This is an excellent hire for Cleveland.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Butler from outside. That one's not going to go. Cavaliers go the other way with it. And Doris, isn't it interesting? Coach John Beilein has never, at any level, been an assistant coach.
No, but he has made his way through the ranks, going from high school to junior college, Division III, Division II, and then right up through the ranks of Division I. So he now makes the final leap to the NBA. How cool is that, Kev?
Heroes checked in for Robinson. Cleveland also making some changes. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Drummond. And Porter subbed in for Jetty Osman.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Pass to Thompson. Here's Sexton. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 14. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Miami no good on that time either. Cleveland leading by 14. Here's Nance. And Nance slams it in.
Well, a nice job by Colin Sexton to find the open man. You want to see court awareness from the young gun.
Here's Hero. Thompson with the rebound.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more? What I love about Colin Sexton, guys, is he's super aggressive. He knows speed and athleticism are his advantage, and he makes great use of both of those things.
It's stolen by Nance. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Porter kicks to Nance. Miami grabs the miss. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Silva. Leonard the pass to Silva. Here's Hero. Lets it go from deep. Hands it from downtown. Hero's got 6 here in this quarter. And the 8th pick back in 2018, Sexton with all the physical tools, Doris, you look for at the point guard position.
Yes, Kevin, but like most young players, there is still a lot to learn for Colin. Some of his vets were not shy about saying that early on. This young man has got time. He's got to put his head down and go to work.
Crowder from outside. Thompson with the rebound. Cleveland leading by 15. There's Porter with the 3. It doesn't go for him. The Heat have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. And it goes down 2 points. Heroes got 10. Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Sexton kicks to Thompson. Here's Windler. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. And Miami making a change here. Dragic has checked in. Tries a 3 off the inbound. Windler's shot is off. The Heat trail by 13. Pass to Crowder. Over Sexton. Shot by Crowder, no good. Cavaliers have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. For the Cavaliers, Drummond's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Jetty Osman in for Porter. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Now, here's Sexton. He's guarded by Dragic. Osman, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
It's his first trip to the line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Miami's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter.
Oh, wow! Wow, Iguodala, an incredible dunk. Woo, did he leave the ground quickly.
Passes it to Drummond. Here's Windler. Got it off in time, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Cleveland, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such... And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Of course, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. as a player, coach, and now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. Dragic is out there with Robinson. And it's Iguodala in at the small forward. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Shots good from Butler.
Well, over the course of time, Jimmy Butler has so improved his range. Now more capable of stretching the defense. That's pretty.
Now, here's Garland. Tight defense on him. Osman. It's good on the putback. And the Cavaliers lead by 12.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Iguodala, no good. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. And it's Love with the ball for the Cavaliers. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the third of 7 straight on the road. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Love throws it down.
See, forget that Love can get up and finish like that. Nicely done.
Here's Dragic. That one good for 2.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
The Cavaliers leading by 12. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. And we'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. There's the pass to Butler. Dragic looking it over. Dishes to Jones. And it's off the back rim. No good. Cavaliers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Butler. Stolen by Garland. Bobbed up there for Drummond. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, Kevin Love just has a great feel for the game. He has a strong understanding of their offense, and he's a very willing passer. That's why you see what you see there.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Out to the right wing. Here's Drummond. Drains it from beyond the arc. Drummond's got 11 in the second half.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
There's Dragic with the 3. The shot missing. And Cleveland the other way now. Garland with it. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
To the middle and stolen by Drummond. Popped up there for Love. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Porter's checked in for Jetty Osman. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. That 3 off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 18. George, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said. Shot clock at 5. Leonard with the steal.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Cavaliers.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Andre Drummond.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Dellavedova kicks to Zizic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. And the Cavaliers lead by 18.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Here's Nunn, defended by Bell. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Hero. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. The 11-footer. Almost, but it rolls out. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20 and first looks at what's
coming up next. Welcome, everyone, to NBA Basketball. Now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months, the scope of that for Butler.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
So here's Miami's starting group. Bam Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the 1 spot. And for the Bulls, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Markkanen and Carter are up front. And it's Porter in at the small forward. And it's the Heat with the ball after Zach LaVine missed from long range. Adebayo, he can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Carter. Here's LaVine, and LaVine throws it down.
Well, easy look provided by Carter Jr. Always helps when your bigs can move the rock.
You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago. And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Yeah, it's all about establishing a rhythm. I mean, you start to see it fall, you begin to believe.
And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul. And with LaVine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with LaVine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then.
Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Magic in Orlando. Butler against... Oh, what a beautiful play!
What intensity, did you see that? Great. Wow, Butler letting it all hang out. This is why he's an all-star caliber player.
Now, here's Markkanen. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And White kicks to Porter. Poked away and stolen by Butler. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and Jones with the stuff.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
For 3, LaVine. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same, because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing and adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games.
Very interesting. So Chicago ends up going with the new group.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Jay Crowder's checked in for Miami. Inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
There's Dragic with the 3. The Heat with a fresh 14. And here's Iguodala outside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Oh, and squaring up is Iguodala. Nice follow through on the release.
1:32 left to play here in the first. Here's Cornette. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
Oh, yeah, that's one of his go-to spots. I mean, you have to pressure him in that mid-range area.
Now Olynyk after the missed three from Iguodala. Outside Crowder. Clock at 6. Good defensive work there by Young. Bulls trail by 6. Here's Hutchison. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
The Bulls making a switch here. Valentine's checked in. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Harrison passes to Satoransky. Back to Harrison. Pass to Cornette. Tries it from 9. And that's off the glass and in. Cornette's got his second bucket.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, so far both teams have been outstanding at the offensive end. But we've got a lot of game left to play.
To the left wing. It's tipped. Young from outside. That one doesn't drop. No good there. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first one. Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court as well.
I worked extremely hard.
A boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler, not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Well, I love the ball movement so far, Jay. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Dragic is out there with Iguodala. Then it's Jay Crowder. Then there's Myers Leonard. And it's Silva in at the 4 spot.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Bulls trail by 5. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's foul number 2 for him.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer.
So for the Bulls, Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornette. Lowry Markkanen comes in for Young. And it's White in for Satoransky. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Miami. The Heat leading by 3. There's Dragic with the 3. Carter pulls it in.
Well, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight because the 3, not one of them, ain't working.
Markkanen. There's Harrison. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Tries again. And it's Carter missing.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his first foul. Some changes for Chicago. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Denzel Valentine. And Levine subbed in for Shaquille Harrison. And the foul called on Myers Leonard. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Olynyk, he's checked in for Leonard. White the pass to Markkanen. And again, no good by Chicago. The Heat leading by 5. And the stretch big man, Lauri Markkanen, very strong player on offense.
And I told you, Kevin, there's no secret. I like Markkanen best when he is a bit greedy, searching for a shot. I mean, sometimes I feel he can defer too much, but he has the skills to be a great scoring threat if he is playing aggressive.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Chicago. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Otto Porter Jr., and it's done in for White. And Miami with a change here, too. Heroes checked in.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Tries it from 9. Here's Carter. Second shot opportunity. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Becoming more confident on the block. When Markkanen goes strong like this, he earns these fouls.
Chicago shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
When you watch Lauri Markkanen play, it's easy to see how easy it is for him to put up points. Attacks from all spots on the floor and has a great touch on that shot, especially for a man his size.
The Heat have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And really, Greg, the only knock on Markkanen is that he can be too passive at times.
And I suspect that will fade as he grows more comfortable in the league. You have to remember how young he is and missed a good amount of time with injury during that second year.
They tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
And Levine comes to help. Stolen by Levine. And here we go. Carter heading to the hoop. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Carter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Completing a fast break. Carter Jr. is a rim-to-rim runner. He moves well.
The pass to Jones. Here's Hero, defended by Carter. Here's Hero. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Levine dishes to Markkanen. Over Jones, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And we get a break in the action. Let's check out the leaders in steals. Second is Chris Dunn.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Luke Cornett comes in for Carter. And it's Young in for Markkanen. Heat also with the sub. Jake Crowder's checked in for Robinson. Now here's Levine. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. Well, Zach LaVine possesses a speed, Chris, and a burst that makes him a very tough matchup.
Yeah, and he has a great first step. I mean, when he's trying to beat a defender off the bounce, you can't let him get an edge to the lead. He'll flush it on your head 9 times out of 10.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Bulls trail by 7. Swiped away. Jones drives in. Crowder from outside. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball move.
Levine passes to Cornett. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Cornett's got 6 points.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
Here's Jones. The rebound by Young. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing here by 8. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
I mean, and when you think of LaVine, I mean, his dunking ability comes to mind. I mean, he's proven to be an elite poster maker.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Valentine's checked in for Chandler Hutchison, and Zedaransky subbed in for Dunn.
He'll be happy that they're in front, but he knows better than anyone else that he's still without a bucket, and he won't be happy with that.
Here's Dragic from outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Dragic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so we wrap up the first half. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
What a start for Jimmy Butler. He had 11 points and 1 rebound. And that...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Carter in at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
And see, Webb, you talk to the Bulls fans, and they are eager for a return to greatness.
Yeah, GA, it's been a long time since the Jordan era, and Bulls fans know it. But you know, GA, the Bulls have a very loyal group of fans. Their patience has been tested, though, but this team needs results.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Adebayo. The kick outside to Butler. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Such a solid athlete with nice overall quickness. When Butler gets going downhill, good luck at trying to stop him.
And great, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
They get it again. Out to White. Lets the 3 fly. No good on that one. The Heat go the other way with it.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
None, that's good.
Well, he's not going to get an easier look than that. You don't need to double team him, but you can't leave him all alone.
Here's Levine. The putback. Carter controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
His shooting has been a bright spot for them. Otherwise, they struggle as a whole.
On the wing, Jones. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Outside, Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Butler. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Chris, is there someone you competed with that you feel is underrated by history, has not been given their due?
Oh, yes, definitely. I think when you look at White Chalk to Jason Williams, what he started in the culture of play and what he continued. You look at Ben Wallace, who I played with 4 years at Washington, and he was coming off the bench there, and we saw that potential with him. I mean, the way he led the league in rebounding, his defensive prowess. I mean, the Pistons wouldn't have had a championship and gotten to another final if it wasn't for him. And also, I got to shout my man out, Mike Bibby and Peja Stojakovic, 2 of the best shooters I've played with.
Oh, great names, and I totally agree. Bulls trail by 14. From 18 feet away, and he hits the jump shot. And that's 10 points for Wendell Carter. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Shoots from the elbow. Count that bucket. And the Heat lead by 14.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. But these guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for the Bulls. Dunn comes in for White. Now here's Dragic. Following the miss by Chris Dunn. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Count that one.
Kid, the main strength of Dunn's game to me is his ability to carve his way inside. So insane.
Butler on the wing. Guarded by Porter. No good off the back of the rim. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the middle. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Markkanen.
Well, known for his shooting, Markkanen is still 7 feet. Great to see him score near the hoop.
And here they come. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That's his first foul. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Markkanen. Young comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Valentine's checked in for Shaquille Harrison. And Satoransky subbed in for Chris Dunn. Then for the Heat, Bam Adebayo's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Jay Crowder comes in for Myers Leonard. And it's Iguodala in for Butler. Now here's Satoransky. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Valentine kicks to Satoransky. Off target from outside. The Heat leading by 8. On the wing, Iguodala. Down low. Here's Crowder. Puts the move on. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And for a guy who shoots a lot of threes, Crowder does a pretty good job of getting himself to the free throw line.
Both shots good from the stripe. Well, the Bulls shooting down near the 40% mark since halftime. They've been slow getting going.
That's number 5 on them. No room for error anymore. I bet they'll take it at him right now and try to get him out the game.
Olynyk, he's checked in for the Heat. And not many checks in the NBA, but C-Web, Tomas Satoransky leading the way on that front.
Yeah. Best player from a country that is having a golden age for their national team. Satoransky, I mean, he said that he's very proud to represent the Czechs in the NBA, and he's doing a great job at it.
Bulls trail by 8. Valentine shot good.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Outside Crowder from deep, Iguodala. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala. Now here's Satoransky. To the inside, Young. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Satoransky's got 3 assists now in this one. It could go. Not going to go that time. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Chicago trailing here. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth. We've got Kelly Olynyk. Dragic is out there with Iguodala. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Silva in at the 4 slot. Crowder kicks to Satoransky. That shot missing. And the Heat going the other way now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Miami leading by 6. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Drops in the tray.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
There is Carter. Heat knocking down the tray. to the paint. There's Levine. The shape. That's in there. Carter with the assist. 9 points for Zach LaVine.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Dragic against White. No good from Dragic.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for them.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Friday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls.
In that matchup against the Bucks, I think this squad has the confidence that they can play to their strengths against them. And even though they're going after the #1 team right now in our league, they feel they can get the W.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Markkanen comes in for Young, and Porter subbed in for Satoransky.
Well, it's clear that Butler doesn't fear anyone. I mean, he's relentless in how he attacks.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. And he's good on the second. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. White against Dragic. And White kicks to Levine. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Levine's got 7 points for the quarter.
Showing off the entire arsenal right now. Levine's so outstanding, scoring in a multitude of ways.
Well, all good things must come to an end. Iguodala was shipped out from the Warriors last year to clear room for D'Angelo Russell. Traded to the Grizzlies to make room for the Warriors in the Russell deal. Ultimately, I think will have a great legacy for his time with Golden State. But making it a 2-possession game was what was important on that trip to the line.
Dragic finds Iguodala. On the wing, Iguodala. Butler from outside. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline. Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Well, he's known for his defensive chops. Butler, he is opportunistic and aggressive in how he comes up with steals.
Now here's Levine. That shot, no good. Excellent D here by Iguodala. Dragic the pass to Butler. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And he knocks down the first one.
They're just so competitive. I mean, Jimmy Butler brings attitude, not only to the games, but practices as well. Kevin, you remember that infamous Minnesota practice before he got traded in 2018? Yeah, that's going down in NBA lore.
Now, here's Porter. It's Carter, high post. He feeds it to Markkanen. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Carter's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. 1:53 left to play here in the fourth. Iguodala kicks to Dragic. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Outside Butler, pocket 4, Olynyk. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's stolen by Jones. Iguodala outside. And he gets the bucket. And the Heat lead by 6.
Racing right toward the bucket. Draws contact. Iguodala still strong enough to send it home.
Outside Porter. Back to Levine. Shot from free throw range. Miami grabs the miss. Olynyk's got his 4th rebound in this one. The quick look, no good that time. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Carter, the pass to Levine. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Trying to get open is Carter. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
Oozing with confidence right now. You got to love seeing Levine capitalizing on clutch.
Here's Nunn. Lays it up off the glass. What a difference in this crowd right now.
That's how you silence a building. Can't waste any time here.
And you're right. They desperately need a bucket, and every second matters.
And it's Carter missing. And here's Miami. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Jones with it. Outside Robinson. Shoots over Markkanen. No good. And so it's Miami winning this one. This was... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it.